Hey guys, welcome to another episode of ProSeller Talk. My guest today is my good friends Lowell and his partner Neil. These guys are co-founders of Ecom Pro Academy. Please give a good welcome to these guys. They've got a lot of good information and they're going to be sharing something with you tonight. I think that will get you guys real excited. Hey guys, welcome.
Hey, nice to be here.
Hey John, great to be here. All right. Thanks, folks, for joining. We appreciate it tonight. Thanks for the introduction there, John. We've got a number of things to talk with you about today. One thing that I basically want to get out of the way here is it's only a couple thousand slides, so this should go pretty quickly. So if you guys just hang on, this will go really fast. No, I'm kidding. We're not going to go through 100,000 slides. Really, what I want to talk to you guys today about something that I'm extremely passionate about. I know Lowell is extremely passionate about this, and we've created something here that I'm really excited to share with you guys tonight. We have an opportunity here. How to create a truly passive Amazon business model that's 99% done for you. I put a period on the end of that, period. So we're going to talk a little bit about that today. I'm going to share some information, some knowledge with you guys. I want to get this right out of the gate before we even get started. Okay, I know how a lot of these things work. People get in here, and I'm going to throw up the disclaimer. I'm going to leave you with something. I'm going to leave you with some knowledge. You're going to learn something today. Okay, you're not going to walk away with something empty-handed. I'm going to teach you something today, whether you're an experienced e-com seller, Amazon seller, or you're interested in that type of business model. I'm going to share something with you today. You're going to gain some knowledge. Okay, you're going to walk away with a plan, right? What does that look like? How do I execute it? How do I get involved? What do I do with it in my existing business? All right, you're going to walk away with a plan, and you're going to walk away with an invite. All right. So what is that going to look like? Well, let's start with what this meeting is not about. Okay, it's not a pitch fest. All right. There is nothing to sell here. Meaning, I'm not going to ask you to go join a mastermind. All right. We're not going to ask you to go buy some crazy snake oil that's going to help boost your Amazon sales. All right. This is not what this is about. We're not going to ask you to go buy some software. Okay, that's going to break in a month. There's no training to be bought here. All right. And you're not buying. Because I know when people get on these things, it's either buy something or I'm selling you hope or they're selling you hope, and that's not what we want to do here today. We want to talk about this opportunity, right? And of course, there's not going to be 30 minutes of this and then some big heavy pitch at the end for a 97, 597, 1097, 1997 product. Okay, that's not how we're going to go down with this today. All right, I just want to get that all really clearly defined for those of you who are involved in listening to this. Okay. So what I'm going to share with you, not everybody can be a part of. All right, I know that's going to sound kind of weird at first, but I'll clarify that as we go along, right? And only a limited few you are really going to grasp the weight of everything that's going to be shared tonight. Okay. Let's check real quick, just make sure everybody can hear me. Okay, if you can, just give me a thumbs up or a yes or a hello. I'm from the southern area of Missouri, so I probably have a y'all and a few other slangs I'll throw in here tonight. So don't worry about that, guys. I'll try to keep that down to a minimum. But really, there's a lot of things we can do with this tonight. So those of you who are still with me, give me a thumbs up, give me a yes in the chat box. Let's make sure we can hear me and get everything good. John, if you can verify everybody's hearing us okay. I'm going to make sure we're all
for me as well. And yeah, Neil, I can hear you loud and clear as well. So.
Excellent. Great. Good. Just want to make sure before we get going, that's not an issue. All right. So you might be asking yourself, who are these guys? All right. Who are Lowell and Neil? What is our background? Why should I be listening to you guys? Okay, Lowell's the good-looking one over there on the left, and I'm the other guy on the right over there. Twa, yes, that is my last name. It's Twa. In case of those of you who are wondering, you can call me Twa, Twa. You can come up with whatever combination you want of that. Basically, what we've created with the Ecom Pro Academy is something that's been developed over the last 10 years. All right, building 7- and 8-figure businesses online before internet marketing or IM was really a cool trend. Okay. So we've overseen the creation of multiple stores, softwares, businesses selling hundreds of thousands of products in the Amazon marketplace. All right, and our mission is clearly defined to offer businesses complete automation in their e-commerce and online business. Okay, the goal there is to save countless hours for their businesses, getting them to be faster and efficient. All right, we're about efficiencies, and that comes from software tools and automation of fulfillment of physical products. Okay. So we've been in the physical products game for quite a while. So the Ecom Pro Academy's goal is to get the dedication of multiple powerful methods, software, and expertise brought in by other specialists, including ourselves. And the one opportunity we want to talk with you tonight and invite you to take a look at is one, I feel, of the most powerful offerings we have ever presented in the marketplace to date. In my experience being online, and I've been around online since about '99. So, what does that actually mean? It's called the Ecom Black Label Private Buying Club. Okay, it's a long, fancy name. I'm going to call it ECBL from now on, or maybe BL. So if you hear me reference that, that is the Ecom Black Label Private Buying Club. All right, but more on that in a minute. What I want to talk about right now, because I know a lot of you who might be listening to this are Amazon sellers of some kind. I know you might be around e-commerce. You might be selling private label or wholesale or arbitrage in the e-commerce space. So I want to talk to those of you who are maybe working around in the Amazon space in one of those kinds of models. All right. Product sourcing. All right. Here's our typical path to Amazon sales. All right. It's what's been known for a while. It's kind of the way you sell stuff on Amazon. You source a product, right? You get your manufacturer. You might have somebody help you. You may travel to China or other locations. Product sourcing can be done online with different, platforms. But really, the goal here is to find a product that you want to sell for profit. Okay, simple. Listing creation or optimization, right? That's another path. We get the product, we build the listing, we get it on Amazon, we try to optimize it, we get to sales. Okay, and the last part of that is actually ranking for organic sales. So that's really the typical path for Amazon: product, listing, sales. Okay, pretty simple for the most part. So let's talk about product sourcing. What most people run into is, what do I sell? Okay, I'm either new to the market and I have no idea what I want to sell, or in the case of my years of teaching people how to sell on Amazon, I've learned that even more experienced people still run into the question about what to sell. All right, what do I want to test? What's going on? So that is a big piece of it. That takes a lot of time, and people sometimes suffer from analysis paralysis on what it is they want to sell. That becomes a very time-intensive process, and I know some of you are probably looking at me and nodding your head in agreement, because it can be a very tedious process trying to figure out what to sell, and negotiations back with different time zones, and you're talking in China till 2 in the morning. You're moving your invoices, you're looking at the product, you're negotiating the type and size and width and shape and all that good stuff. And that does take a lot of time, okay? And it can be capital intensive, all right? That means depending upon what kind of product you're wanting to source, that could be a few thousand to a few, tens of thousands, just depending upon, how big you want to go and what kind of product you want to go after, all right? That can be a capital intensive maneuver for a lot of people, all right? The other piece we talked about was listing creation and optimization. Do it yourself, all right? You learn how to do it. You study up. You may have taken a training course. You may have talked to a buddy or a friend who does it, or been in a group online, Facebook, and learned how to do it yourself, okay? One of the things that's difficult about that is typically they're lower converting, in my experience, right? And along with that comes a learning curve. Now, again, I've been teaching hundreds to thousands of people. I have a pretty good experience of this problem that a lot of Amazon sellers have, right? It's not just as simple as just throwing up a listing and magically making it sell. It has to do with the image and the copy and a lot of things that I'll cover some more here in a minute. But there's also, again, that learning curve for those who are new. And again, in my experience, even those who are not new still find that to be a challenge at times, all right? So the last part of that's ranking for organic sales. That can be costly, okay? It could be costly for the promotions. It could be costly for giveaways, if you're going to discount the product, or you're going to run paid traffic, or you're going to build a list and build a brand. It can be costly, okay? And it's never as easy as people make it out to be. It's never as easy as it sounds, okay? I know people run into this all the time. It's just like, oh, push this magical thing or get this little software and bam, I'm ranking on Amazon. That's a moving target. If you've been around it as long as we have, they're constantly changing the platform, and that means they're changing the way you rank and the things that improve your rank or change your rank or competitive measures. And sometimes people look at it and say, well, how in the world did this guy get to page 1 and he's got half the reviews I do, and things are constantly a moving target in the system. But you've got to rank for organic sales, all right? So here's the big secret with Amazon. I'm going to drop this out here for you right now. This is the big secret with Amazon, the reviews. Okay, this is literally what's going to help you do this. And if you've bought a course, forgive me, because I'm going to give you the 3 basic tips here that anybody needs to know to sell on Amazon. All right, you got to have reviews. You got to have that social proof. It's such an incremental part of the system that they created. Okay. Most people underestimate the amount of reviews, okay? You've got to have social proof. Sales velocity, okay? What does that mean? It means the amount of sales I'm getting on my product, okay? How much does it sell? It means how much do people like it, which equates to how well is it ranking in the system, okay? That's the second important thing. The third thing is a winning listing. What does that mean? It means a listing that is converting well. It looks good. It speaks to the audience, okay? Those of you who may have been selling for a while on Amazon understand there's a very different kind of psychology of a buyer on Amazon than if you're trying to get somebody to buy on your website or a Shopify site or even on eBay. The mindset of the people who go there is very different, okay? There is a psychology to it. I'm going to talk about that in a second. So a winning listing is a listing that converts really well. It's the product presentation on Amazon, okay? So what does that look like? A powerful image stack, all right? If you don't have at least 6 images on your image stack in Amazon now, okay, you're not triggering the right algorithmic instructions for it to look at you and say you're a better image stack, you have a better listing than your competitors, okay? So you need at least 6 images now, and they need to be powerful images, okay? They need to be what we call in-use images. The product's being used by somebody, all right? Not just a simple picture of the product, but something that is someone actually demonstrating through an image. And they say an image is worth 1,000 words. If that's the case on Amazon, it's worth like 5,000 words, okay? The powerful images on Amazon really help sell well. You need the neuro-linguistic programming, the sales copy, the language that's written. How does it sound? What's the call to action? What's the value proposition? The big question of what's in it for me. I'm on Amazon, and there's your product, and there's somebody else's product. What's in it for me? All right, it's not just always about price on Amazon. People always want to default to price, but don't do that. Don't make that mistake, okay? It has to do with your value proposition. What can that actually look like, especially with a compelling title that has a good benefit, a good call to action in your title? It's the difference between a listing that converts on Amazon around 8.5%, maybe 10%, to a listing that converts at 30 and 40% or higher. All right, we have listings that convert at over 30 to 40% on Amazon, and they're making tens to hundreds of sales a day. This is not little things, not little bits of traffic. Okay, this is dialed in, powerful audiences. The winning listing is an enormous piece. Okay, folks, I couldn't hammer on that enough, but most people and many fail at this one single thing. Okay. And making any effort to gain reviews, push sales, promotions are going to be wasted efforts if you don't focus on that listing, okay? I want to emphasize, I want to leave you with that knowledge today. If the faster you can dial in a listing that converts at 15 or 20% or higher, the easier it is to rank on Amazon, okay? And ranking for keywords is the point, as we know, for those of us who sell on Amazon, and those of you who are new, ranking on Amazon, in essence, means that when I type in a keyword for hammocks, that my product appears near the top of that search, and that's where the traffic and the sales are going to be located. It's very important to get on the top of that page, okay? That's where the bigger sales go. But what most people don't do is they don't spend enough time on that listing, okay? They spend a lot of time doing other things. So here's what you can do to help get your listings figured out right now on Amazon. Change your lead image first for the fastest split testing results. Okay, what does that mean? Again, powerful images. If you want to go back tonight and see changes in the next 3, 4, 5, 7 days in your conversions, try split testing your main image. Okay? You may say, well, I've done that before. Well, one of the things I know about people who have told me that is that they don't wait long enough. Okay? You got to wait at least 7 to 10 days after you make that change to determine whether or not that's a good change. Okay? What you can also do if you're not using, I use a tool called splitly.com, all right, and I have no interest in them. There's no affiliate link, there's no crazy, it's just a recommendation, okay? In essence, it split tests your Amazon listings, which is really cool. You connect it in, You give it an opportunity. You run a campaign. Okay, I want to split test the current listing I have, and then I want to change the main image, and I want to run that for 14 days, and I want to see what happens. And the one that converts more, has more sales, better organic ranking, it's going to basically give you those stats. Really cool, especially if you have multiple products. Okay, and I know a number of us now at this point who have been selling on Amazon for at least more than a year have multiple products. Okay, and those of you who might be getting up to speed in this kind of stuff, it can work obviously for just a single product as well. Encourage you to do that. Definitely let it run long enough. Okay, that means you need to get enough data to really make a good decision on that, and it can really change the way your business runs on Amazon. You need to run it and at least spend about 14 to 45 days dialing in that winning listing. And that's kind of the long tail thing that a lot of people fail on. And if anything I can leave you with today on this entire call is take the time to really let that data go and really optimize that listing. I took a listing here just a few months ago, put 10 reviews on it, basic social proof. Okay, that would be like really low today if you're trying to move on Amazon. And I just optimized the listing and let it run. Well, over the first 30 days, I was getting around 15%. Not bad, actually. It was pretty good. But it wasn't enough traffic. It wasn't enough data. Okay, I'd only had about 500 sessions in that entire month because I hadn't done anything but just get a few reviews on it. Well, I started to split test over the next each 14 days. I changed one item and I watched to see how it was impacted. Well, by the time that 3 months came down, the product was organically selling more than 10 units a day and had a 45% unit session percentage on it, which is the conversion rate metric for Amazon. 45%. That's almost 1 in 2 people buying the product just from organic. So the power of a listing is huge. So what do we do after that? Just in case you're wondering, we went and got more reviews, and then we ran a promotion, and that product jumped right up to page 1, and it's been there ever since. All right, that's the big piece of Amazon that most people miss. Huge. Take the time to get that, okay? This means you need less reviews and less traffic to rank your product for the top keywords. All right? There's a magic formula for you right there. But most people don't spend this much time on it, and I have literally seen those who spent the time on this more than anything else change their entire Amazon business because of this. All right? So take that away with you guys today. Go use it. Utilize that tool if you can. It's not really expensive. I almost forget the price. I think it's less than 20 bucks a month. But it can be hugely impactful, and it can do a lot of data tracking for you. All right. So what if you didn't have the time to spend the energy, the money, the efforts to get a winning listing by yourself? I completely understand that. We have teams of people that help us do that now. And what if a winning listing was already waiting for you? Who could help? Raise your hands. Give me a yes if you think having a winning listing waiting for you would help you out greatly in your business or help you get started in your business. Give me a hands up. What if that product for that listing we just talked about was already waiting for you? That would be pretty cool, right? That would source the whole product thing that we talked about earlier, okay? So what if, all right? What if? Now, making money with e-commerce on Amazon is a numbers game, all right? And the black label puts the numbers in your favor, and I'm going to explain that to you why. Not just the winning listing, but the product that goes with it, okay? Let's remember this combination. Product sourcing is huge. It locks a lot of people up in time and energy and money, right? But even if you've never sold a single physical product online, right? Ever, okay? So let me explain how this works for those of you who even haven't sold anything ever online before. So what the Black Label Group does is it pulls together or crowdfunds money from members to buy inventory, merchandise, right, far below the cost of wholesale by the truckload and container, all right, big type of things, okay? And by handling that entire process from start to finish, so it's completely done for you, all right? Like we talked about at the beginning, a passive business, it's 99% done, right? Totally passive business model, allowing you to stay focused on, say, your core Amazon business or even other businesses you might be running, okay? You might have Shopify or eBay or some other type of business you're already focused on. You may not even be selling anything online. You may have a totally brick and mortar or be a business professional of some kind, all right? But does that mean I don't have to source products, get reviews, and build winning listings? Right. It means you never have to worry about a product selection again. You never have to worry about building that winning listing. You never have to worry about organic sales again, right? That means you don't have to worry about those promotions and the ranking and effect that you have to do there, right? It means that you never have to worry about managing an Amazon business ever again. Okay? Pretty powerful stuff, right? So what does it actually look like? Okay, because it's a digital world, but in our instance, the black label is actually a physical world too. Let's explain. It looks like this. This is Brett, our operations manager, who is literally unloading a full FedEx truck of product in the backside of our warehouse. Okay, he's unloading pallets of brand new product that's going to go on Amazon. Okay, here is a warehouse staff doing all the handling of the products, okay, for our business and for other people who were in the black label. They're photographing and stacking and lifting and measuring and labeling and fixing and doing all kinds of things they need to do to make those products ready for Amazon. A lot of stuff, a lot of work goes into that, okay? The operations staff is really busy doing that all the time. So let's talk about some of the things we normally get asked on, right? I'm going to talk a little bit more about that in a minute, but I want to talk. Yeah, man.
Yeah, hey, I'm just going to chime in here, but something that I wanted to just bring up is that getting a little feedback there. I don't know if you got a speaker up high or something, but
yeah.
But so many people that that are not online, and they're always want to ask, how do I get online, Lowell? Like, what can I do? What's because they just see the success of myself, but they never really want to. They just think, oh, it must be easy, right? Online, you can be at home on your chair, sort of thing, and it just rolls in, or whatever. But really, you can never give them that knowledge. You can't go for like a coffee or something and tell them, 15 years of online experience and stuff. It just doesn't work, right? So I've always wanted to have, and honestly, in the early days, I used to buy like every course I could and every kind of training and stuff. But the problem was when I left, I was always left hanging. Like it wasn't actually, like nothing worked. Like I was like, I thought it was me. I'm like, man, what am I doing wrong? Like things are frustrating. Am I missing something? And I just buy more and more courses and stuff, and I was learning, some knowledge, but it just wasn't doing what I needed it to do. So, anyways, I always wanted to be different. That when I did finally figure this all out, which I have, I really wanted it, just so easy that someone like my mom, or dad, or whatever, that know nothing about online business, other than I'm in it, but literally they could set something up and it would literally work for them. It would be essentially, done for them, right? So this is sort of how this whole thing came together. Just so you guys know, just a little background behind this. Anyways, you can jam right in this, but I'm really excited about this because this is that's why we built a whole business model, and we're going to share a couple things tonight on this. But it's about the fact that you really don't need to be like a funnel expert or like a lead op or a paid traffic expert and all these kind of things. You need to have like 9 professions to be really good at one thing. It's pretty cool. But anyways, Neil, sorry to interrupt you, man. I just thought we'd.
No, dude, that's awesome. That is, it's an envisionment that we get this to the point where so many types of people can get involved, right? We hear a number of things from people. What if I'm already really, really busy? What if I already have a job or another business, or I'm just crazy, right? What if I don't know what to sell? We talked about a little bit about that because that's a big question people have. We want to solve that. We hear it all the time, right? What if I already have an Amazon seller account? One of the other questions we get is, well, like, I'm already an Amazon seller. How can I be another Amazon seller? Well, there's actually a way you can do it. Amazon even taught us how to do that, so it's really not a big deal, right? What if I lose focus on my core business? Well, when you take your eyes off the ball, that can happen. We've had a number of people say, well, if I get involved in one other thing, then all of my other stuff is going to suffer. That can happen when you lose focus, right? What if I want to scale this business? Once I get involved, what does it mean to me? What's possible with a business model like this? Okay, I'm going to answer these questions. What if I never sold on Amazon before? We have people that said that before. I don't know about Amazon. They get caught up in the technicality, and really, guys, the technical aspects of Amazon or any other business model are going to be there, but there are other people who know how to do that. There are people who are experts in that already. What you need to understand is the business and the opportunity and the numbers, and you need to see the possibility, right? So you need to get to a point where you can overcome those, right? So how do we overcome those questions just mentioned? The sourcing, the product, the issues. What if I've never sold anything? All right, these are questions we know that we're plagued with. People ask us. We've trained people on it. It's a common thing. that people have. So how do we solve that? All right, we solve it through choosing the product for you. Okay, that's loads of new product, literally containers and truckloads of new product. We choose from our experience, our background. Okay, you don't have to worry about the inventory; it's already available. All right. We handle it, as I showed you before, in our warehouse, our operations, our team literally will unload the truck, check the product, quality control it. They've done about 20 plus different things that they do to that product, okay? Completely handled, stickered, photoed if necessary. The listings are created, okay? The whole thing is done by the team of experts that do it every day in our business, okay? Sell the products, which is totally passive. Okay, because once we put those in place for you, you don't have to build the winning listing. You don't have to try to rank it. You don't have to do the promotions. None of that. It's totally scalable to whatever level you want to scale it to. Okay, we have people that work at us on a small scale to start with, and we got other people who want to go huge with us. That's okay. All right. So we solve all those problems by a myriad of ways. And what do all of those things add up to? Leverage. Leverage is time and money. My mentor used to tell me all the time, we're trading time and days of our life for money, all right? And the best way to avoid that is to leverage the experience, infrastructure, and knowledge of other people, other systems to make that happen. Now, leverage sometimes is seen as a bad word, but it's really not. Leverage is a good word, okay? It's leveraging the massive amount of infrastructure, people and process that's already in place, okay? There's a number of ways to do that. It's leveraging the power of a team. This is literally our team being a little goofy in the warehouse. Okay, this is the whole team that's working every day in our business and working with the Black Label members. Okay,
that's just in our warehouse. So we have.
That's just in the warehouse. Oh yeah, we have. There's a whole other team I don't have pictured there. It'd be hard to get them all in one place. Leverage our collective knowledge with the teams of years of experience selling online. All right, just between Lowell and I, we have 40 years of experience in business easily. And we've built 7- and 8-figure businesses multiple times, all right? And you guys in the Black Label get access to that, right? We leverage exclusive deals way below MSRP because of the buying power, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. We leverage the massive branding of Amazon in a different way because Amazon itself, its brand is the affinity in the marketplace. If you're paying attention to the news at all, right now you know that Amazon is one of the only e-commerce companies that posted profits. They're huge. They have more market share than Walmart. Okay, Walmart had to go buy another company just to try to compete with Amazon. That's amazing to me. That is huge in its vastness of opportunity, right? You leverage that staff, the warehouse, outsource product, and even account management, which I'm going to talk about some of those things more. You leverage the group buying power to gain market share. Okay, this is the difference between profits for a lot of people and a lot of people just making pennies on Amazon or feeling like they're making pennies in their business, okay? The buying power is enormous, all right? We're talking about leveraging the buying power of millions of dollars across our Black Label group. Can you bring that to the table? Because most people can't, all right? And that's part of the power of this, right? You leverage the done-for-you model, and you stay focused on your core business model because it's 99% done, totally passive, all right? So what's a comparative passive income model? It's certainly not paid traffic. For any of you who have tried, we have teams of people that manage our traffic, experts. That's all they do. Okay, so it's not paid traffic. It's not private label because I'm involved in private label, and it's certainly not passive. Lowell's involved in private label. It's definitely not passive. It takes a lot of effort to do a private label business. Not passive. Okay, it's certainly not even a white label. Regardless of whatever people tell you, it is not white label either. Okay, those are not passive business models. Those take tremendous amounts of time, capital, and startup to grow and scale, regardless of what anybody tells you, okay? It does take the opportunity, all right, for crowd-funded buying power to put all of that into your Amazon seller account. Here's where things get really interesting, folks. This is what I get excited when we get to this. That Amazon account you own, we don't own, all right? So the Black Label isn't about taking ownership in your company. Let's be very clear. People have asked me that. Okay, so we get involved and we talk with you and we work on something with you in a passive model and you take ownership, right? You're going to get 80% of the company, you're going to do all these things, et cetera, et cetera. No, flat out, no. We didn't want to create a model like that. It doesn't make sense to us to do it that way, and I'll explain that. It's a business you own. We don't own your business. We don't take interest in your business. You don't take interest in ours. There's no money exchanging hands. It's really simple. All right? It's not as complicated as people make it out. to be at this point, all right? And it's a bank account that you own, so the money from the Amazon account isn't coming to us and then going to you, and it's not being split 3 ways. It's going from your Amazon account to you, a bank account you own. How cool is that, right? So what's the catch? So at this point, everybody's like, all right, what's the catch? What's in it for you guys, right? Here it is. You agree to continue to invest and grow your line of business hands-free, totally passive, and scale to roll truckloads of inventory each year along with us. That's the catch. The catch is we're going to work together to gain that buying power. That's the catch, okay?
So, and just to chime in too,
Yeah, man.
that when we first built this whole model, this was not for others at all. This was actually just for us.
Nope.
But we found out real quick that to get certain pricing and stuff like that, we needed to spend a serious amount of cash a month and commit to that. And we just started brainstorming different ways that we could do that to get the awesome buying power. And I thought of an idea of crowdfunding, right, of just doing this with other people. But the problem was, again, is that hardly anybody really knew how to do this whole model beside us. So I still remember the call when I talked with everyone. I'm like, what if we did this for others, like all my buddies and friends and stuff like that? What if we did something for them? And everyone thought I was nuts at first, but then I think after we all sort of digested it and really, plan this out, it was like, man, this is a great model. This makes 100% sense. So we worked really hard over the last year to make this all happen. And anyways, I'll let Neil explain it, but it turns out pretty cool here. So.
Yep. So the deal with this is it's a volume based, right? So we're talking about this. You're getting the buying power. Lowell mentioned it. These guys and a lot of these supply chains won't even talk to you if you can't bring any buying power to the table. It's kind of unlocking the keys to the kingdom, but it's really hard for individuals to do. All right. So that's kind of where we looked at this and said, how do we create that opportunity for everybody? So how do we get everybody to roll inventory, at least a truckload, 23 pallets or more every year or more, right? How do we get the inventory flowing for them? That's been one of the biggest things. So let's stop right here for a second, and I want to share something with you guys on this. I'm going to show our model. This is the business model, literally, okay? Hands down. You could go out, okay, and you could replicate this whole thing yourself. Here it is, all right? Get out your pens and paper. I'm going to tell you. You can hire the staff that I just showed you a minute ago. You can get the warehouse space, okay, totally doable. You can spend $1 million or more or so we've done in the past year to make it all happen, okay, still doable. And you can do the whole thing yourself. Right? End to end, what I'm about to show you. So if you were to gear up this model, you're going to need inventory. You're going to need supply, inventory, relationships. Okay? You got to go get them, find them, hook or crook, whatever the case may be. You got to get inventory. You got to get it in discount. You got to get quality inventory, not just everything you see out there, because you can go buy inventory in the truckloads. We've done it. We did it a while ago, and what we found out was it's not really great inventory, and you get yourself in a lot of trouble. In fact, I think one of the early trucks we bought quite a while ago, it's got like 3 pallets sitting somewhere in the warehouse. We can't even give this stuff away. I mean, that's how bad it was,
I think
right?
we gave it all to charity. I think we
tried to give a lot of it away. Some of them wouldn't take it. It wasn't even good enough for that. So we were like, crap. So it's still sitting in the warehouse in one place. Learning curve, okay? You need an Amazon ProSeller account. Really, anybody can get that. You can go sign up for an Amazon ProSeller account right now. Okay, no big deal. You need a repricing engine. Okay, you need to ensure your products are competitively priced automatically. If you got 5, 10, 100, 1,000 products in the system, you can't price them manually enough to stay in a competitive position to win the buy box on Amazon, which is in essence win the sale on product listings, and to do it in a way that makes sense, that's repeatable and scalable, okay, to the point where the engine's doing hundreds, if not thousands of changes a day for you. And that doesn't always mean lowering your price. Everybody thinks repricing engine, oh, we're lowering our price, and this guy's saying we lower our price and we're not going to make any money. That's not true. Okay, there are strategies to repricing, and you can learn how to do those. We learned how to do them, and they work very, very well. You can get the warehouse staff to unload, examine, process, photograph, de-sticker, and then sticker again for Amazon FBA, along with about, again, 20 other things they're going to do with that product. That's totally doable, okay? And then, of course, you need experience selling products on Amazon on a massive scale, not in the tens of products, but in the thousands of products, okay? Just so you're aware, it's totally doable. It might take you a few years. It may take you a couple of years, 2 years, 3 years, or whatever. It might take you a year, depending upon where you are. But again, totally doable, right? You need to add a small markup on the inventory purchase. You got to cover labels, printers, staples, boxes, tape, warehouse staff, warehouse costs. Okay, you still got to make up for the cost of running the operation. Okay, you got to have an annual fee. That's covering marketing, sales, administration costs. That's covering tire kickers who might want to get involved in your program or not. And you need to make sure those who apply are serious about working with you. Okay? Don't waste your time. Don't waste my time. That kind of thing, right? But even at 10, 100, or 1,000 members in your group, those fees aren't going to cover your costs. Okay? Not totally. They're going to basically just about break even. So where are you going to make your money in this type of model? Where would we make our money together? Here's how we do it. Alongside of you selling more products. All right? The goal of moving more trucks, more SKUs. See, the model really of opportunity is not the 50 SKUs. It's the 100, 1,000, 5,000, 10,000 SKUs in the system that are all working, and you don't have to manage it. You can still go to your beach and do whatever you want to do, take your vacation, whatever you need to do, but move more product, and that's what we're wanting to do. Move more product along with you. We're moving the same trucks. We want to roll more of them. So really, it's a true partnership with the Black Label, okay? So if you're not interested in operating this kind of operation all by yourself, which most people who I talk to, when I literally talk to my friends or family or people who are interested in this, they don't want to run all that. That's a lot of work. It's a lot of time, and it's a lot of startup. Most people aren't excited about that part of the business either. Really, they're just not excited about it. It doesn't, for most people, it just seems extremely overwhelming. I completely understand it, right? We got operations people who handle a lot of that, and it is a lot of work, But that's where the power of the Black Label comes into focus, all right? If you're seeing it with me, look at the big picture, okay? This is where 99% of the business is already managed, okay? And it's done for you, just like we talked about, right? So that's where we get this partnership. We built the infrastructure. You bring in the capital as part of the Black Label group. We bring capital as part of the BRAC. We bring the infrastructure. We partner up. Everybody wins. Okay, that's how it works. Not complicated, right? So what if we partnered to do it for you? What if we were to partner together in this? Okay, what is it that you would actually do? Right? Because it sounds like you wouldn't do a whole lot. And the truth is, you're going to buy a truckload of inventory, and you're going to watch your sales come in. Those are the things you need to do. Okay. The funds are going to be deposited every couple of weeks into your account. You're going to watch that. That's something you need to do and make sure you watch. And that's about it. Really, that is like it. People are like, okay, what's the rest of the catch? That's really not the rest of the catch. The system of account management we do. All right, we mentioned the inventory we do. The Black Label literally takes care of the whole business. The seller messaging, the repricing, the customer service, the product management, okay, the warehousing and the movement of all that product, okay? So what's the bad news, you might be asking? Remember when we said this wasn't for everyone? That's really true, and hopefully those of you who are getting the big picture about this whole thing right now understand what we're talking about in its large big picture vision here, okay? Those of you who like to get your hands dirty and can't necessarily get into the micromanagement or don't want to turn over that piece, then this isn't going to be for you. Okay, and that's okay. I know some people who are like that, and they're like, you know what? If I don't see all the details, I'm not interested, and that's okay, right? Those of you who would rather not gain buying benefit power with us and partnering with large buyers, some don't want to get involved in it, that's okay. This isn't going to be for you as well, all right? That's fine. Those of you who aren't ready to expand your business, even hands-free, okay, that's okay. This isn't going to be for you either, all right? So what now? Well, this is your invite, okay? This is an invite to take a look at what we're doing. If you don't mind the membership fee that excludes those who aren't serious about a physical products business, and you feel like you've got the qualifications and you're ready to start running a truly 99% passive physical product business, then I want to talk to you. I'm interested in talking with you about this and seeing whether or not you're a fit for it, right? So if you're ready to apply, you basically are going to schedule time to talk with me. We're going to have a conversation. We're going to get to know each other for a little bit, okay? I'm going to share that link with you in just a second, but really what it gets down to is, look, I get people hounding me all the time, and I know Lowell does too. They want to join. In fact, we have I was told earlier, we've already got a backlog of people who want to get in, okay? And that's great. They got applications waiting. Not everyone is going to get in. Let me explain that, right? There are a lot of things that we do, okay? I mentioned a lot of things here on this call. There's other stuff I can't keep going down into the details for it would get boring, but there's a lot. A massive amount, okay? And the real goal here is that we have to limit those. Literally and physically, we have to do this. This isn't a crazy scarcity thing. We literally want to limit it so that those who get involved are truly getting the value of what's being presented here, okay? It is totally invite, and you guys have been invited. Thanks to John.
Unfortunately, it's not like a software where you can just bring as many people in or whatever.
Not like a software.
It's like we have to take care of everybody, including ourselves, that are in this, and we have a lot of really good people in here. So we're just really cautious that no level of service is going to change. Everyone's still going to get that white glove treatment, you know. And anyways, we don't want to jam up the system at all. So we just we're careful on who we bring in, sort of thing. So.
Yeah, literally, if we got, like before, a couple hundred people want to get involved, we literally won't be able to take all those applications. Even if it looks really great, you may not make it in right now, because we are looking at effectively taking, and what I mean by effectively, I'll explain that, is effectively means you are handled really well. Just like Lowell mentioned, you're getting the white glove, black glove treatment, if you will, and that to us is around 30 members a month. Okay, that's it. I mean, that sounds like a lot, or that might sound like a little bit, but really, it's a good amount. In fact, as I evaluate, these decisions are made by us as advisors and officers, and we got some key criteria we're looking for. All right, it's going to sound harsh. All right, but think about it. At the end of the day, we only want members that can easily and regularly invest in inventory with us. That's part of this arrangement, right? Is that we're going to get this buying power, and that you're a part of it. And so we want people who understand that and can work along with us. Okay, we want to over deliver. All right, and for us that means one simple thing: focus. Okay, we all get distracted by a lot of things, and as business owners, we understand that. We have multiple businesses, and we have multiple engagements, and we understand the need and power to focus. And those of you who understand that are going to see what we mean by our ability to focus and maintain this for the power of everybody who's involved. Right. So this is an open enrollment period. Okay, it doesn't happen very often because I mentioned we've got a lot of people in the pipeline. And so we are, in essence, open to taking some scheduled calls with those who might feel that this is a good opportunity for them, who are willing to accept the invite and talk. But literally, it's got to happen pretty quick, okay, because it's filling up fast. I literally have trucks waiting and stuff to go, so we're going to be moving pretty fast. And just like we said before, if you can't join us right now, that's fine. If you are literally on the fence about everything we've just talked to, you're not 100% sure, or you have some additional questions that might not have been answered, whatever, you can speak with me anyways, all right, and see what happens. If you don't get in, at least we're going to have a conversation. We're going to get to know each other. I might understand your goals a little bit better. There might be something we can do better, something that we haven't thought of, whatever the case may be. If anything, you may leave us some more information about your Amazon business and point you in the right direction, whatever that might be, right? At least I can do is help you guys with somebody who talks and is interested and on the fence and at least wants to accept the invite and talk to us, right? But literally, you're going to have to book a call with me if you want to find out what the rest of this looks like, okay? And if you get your application involved, discuss those qualifications. All right, let's talk about that. Let's do it. Again, one other thing I may have mentioned a minute ago, but I want to reiterate this. If you schedule an application or a call with me, there is no obligation. Be very clear about what that call is with me. I am not going to pitch you on anything. It is basically you need to talk to me about whether or not this is a good fit for you. I want to know about you. All right. So there is no obligation. If you call and book a time with me, all I ask is that you try to be on time because those typically move pretty quick. All right. So if you really want to find out a little bit more about this, you want to chat with me for a few minutes in more detail, ask some of your additional questions, something that might not have been answered, go to the ecomproacademy.com/JB-black-label, okay? And I'm sure John will be able to put that link out there for us in a minute and with some follow-up as well. But that is again, no obligation application. We're not charging for that. This was an invite, folks, just to the idea, the concept of what we're doing. That is, again, not for everybody on purpose. But is an opportunity for some of those who might be looking to move in a different direction with their business, their revenue, diversify. All right, we've got a number of people here that have been working with us and decided to come on board with the Black Label who were good candidates with their applications, not because they had sold anything online, because they were looking to diversify. They were bringing, some of the buying power and some of the value that we were looking to the table, and they really saw the long-term value of working with us on this, okay? So if you...
I'm just going to just chime in here too, but just to be clear too, this isn't a launch at all. This is a business, okay? So And again, that's another myth that a lot of people are like, oh yeah, you know, it must be nice online. You don't need any money. You just, you know, but you know what? That's a myth. In fact, if somebody told you that or is selling that, the only person that's making money is probably the person that's selling you that. You know, it's in any business. I used to have a retail chain of stores, and I'll tell you, it was a lot of money to set things up. When I first had a plan of, you know, what I thought it was going to be, and I was really careful with forecasting and stuff. But you know what? I was almost double what my forecast was of expenditures. It was crazy, right? It was, you know, it doesn't matter what that is. If you're setting up a little brick and mortar store or whatever, it's expensive. There's a lot of money to get rolling. But this really, overall, it's not. It's just inventory. It's in your Seller Central account. Anyways, it is a very cool concept. We have some fantastic people that have just, you know, heard wind or whatever, that have jumped on board pretty quick. Some awesome guys, seeing some amazing results. So anyways, yeah, so that's I highly encourage that that you get to hang out with Neil a little bit there, and schedule a call or whatever. It's pretty slick. I know when I was talking with John, you know, we were just catching up not too long ago, and you know, he's sort of like, what are you guys doing? And he's like, oh man, this is fantastic, right? And I know he's got a lot of interest right away, and he definitely wanted us to let you guys know of sort of what we're doing. So anyways, we're not pitching on it. We're just letting you know. Obviously, we want more people because it's better buying power. It's crowdfunded, right? But we want to have the right people for sure. We're not looking for the masses here at all. We're just looking for the right fit, right? So anyways, some pretty cool stuff.
Sorry, I was on mute. So yeah, I mean, it's understandable that some of you might not be in a position right now to do this. That's okay, right? Invite. Some people accept the invite. That's okay. Look, this is an open enrollment period, which is going to close down pretty quick. As I mentioned, we've got a number of things going on, and only so many spots and so many people to work with each month. So if the enrollment period is closed for some reason, as we start to potentially shut it down in the next few weeks, it's okay. We're going to open it up again in October at our live event in San Diego. It's going to be between, you know, now and October is a good window for just the few people we've talked to at this point. So it's going to make sense most likely to kind of open it up again at the October timeframe. We're going to do it out of San Diego, which, you know, that's an awesome place for anybody who's been there and loves the San Diego. I personally love it. So on the 12th or 13th, 12th and 13th, not 12 or 13th, 12 and 13th, we're going to be in San Diego. If you want to come meet with us, talk with us, learn some more knowledge around the Amazon experience, e-commerce really, because we're going to have a lot of really cool speakers there. Our keynote's going to be by a gentleman by the name of Kevin Harrington, if you're not familiar with him. He is the As Seen on TV guy, the founder of Infomercials. He was a really good guy. I've talked to him a number of times. Fantastic guy, as a matter of fact. He was one of the first Shark Tank members. Love that show. Even got my kids watching it, and they're trying to, you know, figure out how it's gonna go down. It's kind of fun to watch. But just an all-around really good guy with a ton of business and practical e-commerce knowledge. Sells all kinds of things you might not even be.
Yeah, this is exciting. So this whole event is about e-commerce, okay?
Yes.
So, or physical products. Let's talk about that, because any business that we're talking about, I don't care what you do, if you're on eBay or Amazon, or you have a Shopify store, or you have a brick and mortar store, you're selling a product. You're selling a physical product. So this whole event is around e-commerce. I'm so pumped. We're doing things much different than just a traditional event. There's some very, very exciting speakers coming. There's just some very, very neat things planned. One thing that we're doing too is there's a third optional day that I wanted to have something very special. I have quite an audience that follows me, so I wanted to do something really cool. I'll just let you guys know what that is. But basically, what a lot of people know that we do very well on like some of our like Shopify stores and stuff as well. And what has happened is you know, a lot of people are saying, hey, can you guys do like a training or something like that? But really, I'm not in the business to do like some sort of a training where 3 months later it's completely out of date, or it's not the full picture, or whatever. So I'm like, okay, this is what I'll do. And again, I like doing things different, right? I like this whole done for you sort of thing. So this is what I wanted to do different, is that if you have any interest, or you currently have a Shopify store, or you ever want to get on selling your own products, this is what I wanted to do. The third day, we have a store that we've created. We're going to say we're going to do everything. My asking to be there, my developers, everybody's be on it. A little bit of a smaller part of the group, but here is when you leave that day, you have to create a Shopify store. You have nothing to do with it except it can be all the apps created, and it's going to be full of products. You can add your own products in there as well, but it's going to be full of products, not products that you buy, just products that are going to be ready to sell. And when you do sell them to your customers, and we're going to show you how, we're going to in fact give you the exact same products that we're currently selling. And this can go really, really big. I mean, there's so many different opportunities. It's like limitless, okay? But when we show you what it is, which everyone is going to have the exact same products that we're currently selling, plus they can add more products without ever buying any inventory, okay? So they get to sell the products, collect the money from their customers, okay? And then, so they get the money up front, and then they buy the inventory. We fulfill it all and ship it worldwide, okay? We have a facility in China, and then we also have another one actually in the Sacramento area that handles the fulfillment for all of the products on the Shopify store. So anyways, it's going to be really cool. So everyone literally walks away with the store. They don't have to buy any products, anything, and the full training to show you exactly what we're doing. Everything from the email swipes to the ad copies to the how to run the Facebook ads, the traffic, every single thing that we do, the landing pages. I'm really pumped, as you can probably hear about this, because it's just so exciting that I can finally share a ton for you. Where the only thing that you do have to do is run the ad. So if you want to scale something on your side or do this in addition to or whatever, we are making that a third optional day. So anyways, I'm pretty excited about that, and we're even trying to get Mr. John to come out and speak, so which might happen. So we can't announce that yet, but so John's working on that.
Well, I hope he does, right? So if you want to come meet him and we can get that figured out, he does have a special code here for a pretty good discount. So if you guys wanted to join us, this is a specific code just for followers and friends and family of John. Going to go to the ecomproacademy.com/JB-ecom-summit. And I'm sure John can, again, drop that link in the channel for you guys. We'd love for you to be able to join us.
It's not like a big sales page or anything,
nope.
But yeah, it's a pretty heavy discount.
Yep, pretty good discount for those who want to come through that link, just for you guys that are watching this, and we'd love to be able to meet you there, talk with you, show you some of the things we're doing. Lowell gets real excited about the Shopify, love it, and we're gonna have a lot of fun teaching you guys some things. And all right, so there's that code as your bonus today. That's gonna give you that big discount on the Ecom Summit. All right, so again, you're invited, right? It's no obligation. I'd love to talk with you. If you want, here's that link again. For those who might want to set up a time, talk with me a little bit. Like you said before, if you're on the fence, that's okay. If you just have some more questions and you want to see what it's about, maybe it's not necessarily right now for you, that's also okay. Go ahead and set up that time. Let's talk, right? Nothing can hurt. I'm not going to pitch you anything. I just want to know about you and what you can do. So the link is going to have that application. We'll talk, look over that application and talk with you a little bit about what we're doing. We're just extremely excited about this model. We've done a lot of different types of e-commerce, and we've done this for ourselves for a while now, and the results have been good. The people that are involved are great. We get this huge amount of buying power together, and everybody wins in a mutual win-win situation with this model, and we're excited for those who can join us and want to join us and meet the qualifications. So you are invited. We appreciate you guys taking a look at this today and seeing if there's any opportunity to work with you. Grab the link here and set up a time to chat with me, and we'll be looking forward to talking with you guys. John, I don't know if there's anything else. Maybe you have some questions you might have, or if anybody else has got any questions for us.
Yeah, if anyone has any questions, please do ask. I'd be more than happy to help out with any of those.
Yeah, I'm looking to see if there's anything here in the chat that I can see. I think there's still people having issues with that YouTube webinar thing because there's not a whole lot going in on the chat here that I can see. We did have, the good thing is that we had quite a few viewers, which is good. And I hope that again, I thank both of you guys for taking the time out of your night to be here, and also for the people that are on this webinar taking time out of their day. We all know that there's other things they can be doing, and the fact that they wanted to come here and listen to you guys says a lot about them and a lot about their businesses and how they want to grow. So I do thank those people for coming on here and listening to you guys. You guys are awesome. I am going to try to make San Diego. I will let you guys know that real shortly. But again, thank you guys for coming on here. You guys did an awesome job. Product, Black Label, I think that's a home run. I think anybody that's serious about doing any kind of business where it's hands off and you don't have to touch it and you're able to afford what needs to be done for this program, it's just a win-win. So again, guys, I'm going to give you guys the last word, even though you had all the words, and and thank you guys for coming out here, and we'll talk again soon.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having us, John.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it, man.
All right, thank you.